Hello everyone, welcome back to another Main Street Do Adventure. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than our normal video. It's going to be a lot more casual.
Yeah, we're actually here back behind Tour Gardens on Main Street, and today is a very special day.
Yes, it is Courtney's 11th anniversary with the Walt Disney Company. Yay!
That is so wild to me. I cannot believe it's been 11 years. I feel like I blinked and 11 years have passed. There's been a lot of adventures during those years and a lot of good memories. And of course, one of my favorite memories was meeting Donnie here during work on Main Street.
Yes, so we are here to celebrate your 11th anniversary as well as answer some questions and talk about us.
Yeah, we've gotten some comments asking how we met, what our Disney history is, where we've worked. So we're going to try and answer some of those questions for you today while we're in the parks.
Yes, so we're going to answer how we met and then we're going to go over each of our individual, Disney stories. So I think we should start there.
Okay.
Go back to the beginning of time. I think you should start because you've been here longer, so.
Sure, and then Donnie will tell his story and then we'll meet up when we met in 2016 when our lives began.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's start at the beginning of my Disney story. The year is 2014 and I have applied for attractions at Disneyland. I got the interview and I was offered 4 different roles actually. I could continue with attractions or stores, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, or candy making. I didn't even realize that candy making would be an option for me. They did say I have to come back for one more interview, so I did opt for that. And I had a group interview and I actually got the job. So my first job was here at Candy Palace. Actually, all of the candy kitchens throughout the resort, there's actually 5 of them in total. One is behind the scenes, so you can't see that one. But I was here for a year and a half and I had a really, really great time. I learned a lot. I got to make all of the treats. I actually got to even do some product development for the company. So I have some items that are still to this day sold in the stores on both coasts. So it feels very special to be on vacation over in Florida and see that my treats are still living on in some way, shape, or form. Back when I was a candy maker, there were only about 80 of us in the department, so it was quite small. So after a year and a half, I was ready to challenge myself and spread my wings, and I actually applied to guest relations, which is our next stop in my whole Disney career story. Now it is October 2015, and I've just transferred to guest relations. Right behind me is the flagship location, City Hall, and I work City Hall, Chamber of Commerce, the guest information kiosks, all of that. I learned quite a lot. It's a lot to learn, but it's so much fun. I love being in the parks and I love all of the park history, so it was right up my alley. I also did guided tours. I did Frozen Live the Hyperion guided tour. It was a short-lived tour, but it was really fun nonetheless. And then I did VIP tours for about 3 years, around 2016 on, and that's right when I met Donnie. So I'm gonna stop there, let him tell his story, and then we will catch up in the middle when we both met.
So now it is my turn to go over my Disney history here at the parks. I hired in May 1st, 2015 at the world famous Jungle Cruise, which is right here behind us.
It actually is. Even though we're on Main Street, according to the park map, Jungle Cruise is right behind us.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do a whole tour like Courtney did. But yes, the hippo pool is right there. That is why you hear an occasional gunshot. That is those skippers scaring off the hippos. So I actually thought like you had to work your way up to become a skipper, but that's not the case. You actually just get thrown right into the role. And during training, you go over the script, learn all the jokes. So I did not think that I made a good skipper, but Courtney went on my boat and she probably has something different to tell you.
I got to go once. He gave me a little bit of a heads up and I got to go see him while we were dating, and I thought he was a wonderful skipper. Everyone was eating up his jokes and I thought he had great charisma, and you're very hard on yourself, but I thought you did a really, really great job and you were natural.
Yeah, I think you're a little biased, but I don't think I was fit for the role. So I was there for 13 months, and when you learn Jungle Cruise, you also go over the Tiki Room. So I learned Jungle and Tiki. I was there both for 13 months. Went over to the Indiana Jones Adventure. I was there for 3.5 months. And then I got trained over at Thunder Mountain, and I've been there ever since. That is like the shortened version of the story. A lot of stuff happened in the middle. When Star Wars Land opened, Thunder went over to Fantasyland, so I went back to Indiana Jones, and then those lands merged back together, Frontierland and Adventureland. So I was not working Thunder for a few years, and then eventually got retrained at Thunder. So I'm back there now, and it's a great time. I love being a mountain man.
Yeah, you are.
I could grow out the beard and just do whatever I want. It's great.
It's a great fit.
Yeah, so I love attractions. My story is a little less extensive than Courtney's. I've just been in one area the entire time. I haven't been really jumping around too much, but I love it here. Less than 2 months, I hit 10 years. So your party's coming up and next week for your 10-year anniversary, and then next year we'll get to go again for my 10-year anniversary.
I love that, back-to-back celebrations.
Yeah, so...
You also worked one more location.
Yeah, so in addition to attractions, you can also learn, what's it called? Like
GSO.
GSO, which
Guest
is
show.
like the guest show operations, which is learning the like parade route. So anytime there's a parade, you're working like the guest control, the flow, all that stuff. And then I could also learn Phantasmic as well. So I did that. You kind of do that like early on your Disney career. So like the first year that I was working here, that's really all I was doing. It was Jungle Cruise, GSO, and Phantasmic. And that comes into play when I meet Courtney. So let's get into that. So now it is time to talk about how our paths cross and how we got our name.
And how two timelines have now become one. So cheesy, but it is true.
Yeah.
The year is now 2016. It's about April or May, I want to say. I'm having fun in guest relations, but shifts are kind of sparse. So I'm picking up a lot of those GSO shifts, the guest show operations shifts, working Soundsational during daytime and Paint the Night during nighttime. But I'm making a lot of new friends from attractions, guest relations, and stores because they pull cast members from all those lines of business throughout the park. So I'm having a good time. Now it is definitely the month of May. My hair was very, very long. I mean, maybe the same length it is now, maybe even a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I was doing big waves for my hair every day. And, you know, your name tag should be uncovered while you're working, but every so often, you know, it might be covered because my hair is so long. Well, there was one day, rushing for work, my hair was in a ponytail, it was wet out of the shower, and so my name tag was easily
Fully exposed.
the whole day, definitely, 100%. And I remember I was somewhere on Main Street, because I was, again, GSO, towards the end of Main Street, and I think my hair being back actually helped me out in this case, because Donnie was able to see my name tag, which is how we met.
Yeah, so we were doing like I think it was after the parade had ended, we were like gathering the poles and the ropes for the section we were in, and we were waiting for our lead. So we were all like in a circle, rounded up together, and that's when I looked over, saw your name tag, and if you know a Disney name tag, it says your name and then where you're from. So I'd actually just visited my sister who lives in Portland, which is where you're from, and so it said Courtney, Portland, Oregon, and so I turned to you and I was like, oh, Portland, I just got back from there.
I said, oh, yeah, I grew up there for 17 years. And you kind of went, cool.
Cool, I think that was the only thing we said to each other that day.
That was it.
That was it.
And it wasn't like anything significant, but it was just pleasant. And
the seed was planted, though.
The seed was planted. And retroactively, we both kind of felt like we probably wouldn't have talked to each other if we hadn't thought the other person like was cute.
Yeah.
But we weren't like freaking out over each other at first. But it definitely was like a slow, intense burn. So now fast forward a few weeks. Donnie is in his Big Thunder outfit because he's just started to get trained there. He's walking across the hub at Disneyland after the end of Main Street.
Which is funny because I don't even park in that same parking lot anymore, which means I don't even take that walking route anymore. So all things happen for a reason.
That is true. I'm working at the guest information kiosk that used to be in front of Jolly Holiday. They've switched sides recently. But I'm there and I see him. I go, oh, a GSO friend. I should acknowledge him and wave to him. So I waved to him, but I also probably thought he was cute deep down too. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And then I was meeting so many nice friends at GSO that I decided I wanted to have like a kind of get together because we plan a lot of events. So I planned a Universal Studios day. I had not been to Universal Studios since I was maybe 7. Yeah, so I hadn't been in a long, long time. Had not seen the Wizarding World of Harry Potter yet, so I was really excited to go see all the new stuff. And I made a Facebook event. And we had lots of people that said they're gonna go. Well, guess what? The day comes up and like no one can go. There's 4 guest relations people that can go and 2 GSO friends. That's it. One of those friends was Keith. Keith is one of our best friends. Keith was there. He saw the whole beginning of our relationship. It was so cute.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah,
everyone began flaking the day before.
I almost canceled.
Including the only reason I agreed to go is because the other GSO friend agreed to go. So had he said no from the very beginning, I would have said no as well, because why would I want to go?
We were strangers,
Yeah,
basically.
we were strangers. We had said like 10 words to each other tops.
And
why would I want to go with a bunch of strangers? So he was like the buffer.
Yeah.
So without him, like, it wouldn't make sense.
Exactly.
So he canceled day before, flaked out.
Maybe even morning of.
Yeah.
Super last minute. You didn't even really know any of my guest relations friends. We all kind of like piled up in a car down here in Anaheim, and Donnie was then like a stranger in my back seat. We're going up to Hollywood to go to Universal Studios.
You think it'd be Disney, but no, Universal Studios.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even know this guy. Like, what if he's a weirdo? Like, what if he doesn't mesh with us? But it actually was the best day ever. We kept getting lost together, just Donnie and I. We had a great time with our friends, though. We made a lot of memories. And one of the really cute parts of our story, you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah, the pumpkin juice.
The pumpkin juice.
Okay.
So like I said, I had never been to the whole Harry Potter area of Universal before, and it was now August that we got together. This was August. And we had seen kind of like the little like drink and snack booths they had, and they had a really cute pumpkin juice like from the movie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so cute for Halloween, like that's such a cute bottle, and I kept kind of just like going off about it. So at one point, Donnie told the group he was going to go to the restroom, and he was not going to the restroom.
I think we were in like the Simpsons land area by the big donut, where you get the big sprinkle donut.
We're kind of far away.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the restroom, and I literally like power walked all the way back to Hogwarts or Hogsmeade, whatever it's called. Got the pumpkin juice, walked all the way back with it, and didn't hand it to you then and there. No, I hid it the entire day.
Yes, he had it in his backpack.
Yeah.
So then we had dinner at City Walk. We all had a wonderful time. We came home like singing songs in the car, all the friends. It was great. And the way it worked out is that Donnie got dropped off last from my car. Did not plan that. That was not planned. I'm sneaky like that, but they didn't do that this time. And I dropped him off, and like we listened to some songs on the radio. And there's some of my favorite songs played, and I was like, this is a sign. I'm like, oh, calm down, girl, calm down. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. So Donnie's getting out of the car, and he goes, this had a really great day. And he says, I have a gift for you. I'm like, we've only just met. You've got a gift for me? And he pulls out of his backpack the pumpkin juice I've been pining after. I went, oh my gosh. I'm like, this guy is special. Gave me the pumpkin juice, and I was like, this is amazing. We said goodbye. He drove home, and then we had a GSO shift together, like pretty close after that. So it kind of kept the conversation going.
So we still have the pumpkin juice. It's in our fridge.
We will never open it.
Yeah. And then, we had more GSO shifts together. That's when you walked around, showed me the red and white light bulb on Main Street.
Yeah, refreshment corner.
Yeah, refreshment corner. Formerly called Coke Corner. Some balloons just came by through here, and then also we just saw Jenny Slate walk by.
Yeah. Money please.
Money please.
We love Jean-Ralphio and Mona Lisa from Parks and Rec. Yes, so going back to the story, we were having more shifts together, which was great, kept the conversation going, and got to kind of know each other organically. And then there were many nights that we would just, like the two of us, just stand around the cast parking lot, just talking until 2 or 3 a.m. about like our biggest hopes and dreams. So like really fun, deep talks, but that was fun.
No, that's what I feel like everyone did, in the first couple years here at Disney. We'd all just go out after our shifts, in and out down the street, and then Raising Cane's was a big one as well.
Oh yeah, that was brand new, so that was a hot place to go. So we did some of those together too. But I remember one of those late night talks in the cast lot, you looked at me and you said, are you seeing anyone? And I said, no, I'm not. And I was going to ask, are you? Luckily, you said your next question quick enough. I didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
You said, would you like to go out sometime? And I was like, yeah, I would like that. That sounds good. And you said, perfect. I'll message you. We were doing Facebook Messenger at that time.
Yeah,
I'll message you, and I will figure out when I can take you out. And I said, that sounds great. And I got in my car, and I drove off. And as soon as I was on the freeway home, I just screamed. I was so excited. I just let the biggest scream. I was so happy. I was so excited because Donnie just seemed so nice, and I was so excited. We had a lot of similar passions, and I was really excited about getting to know him.
Yeah.
So
I like how you waited till you got on the freeway to scream.
Just in case you heard me on the street, because the scream was loud.
We took the same path home, and I was
You're like, oh, never mind. And then you actually followed up quickly.
Yeah. I think less than a week, right?
Yeah. I was
2
very
weeks?
impressed.
Yeah.
So he took me out right away, had the best first date ever. That's in our 5-year anniversary video. But yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, we don't need to go over like the details of all of our dates. Disney was sprinkled in there at some point.
You surprised me with a World of Color dining package during my VIP tourist training.
Oh, yes. And then, I don't know, fast forward, we were going to have a Disney wedding.
We were.
And then COVID happened.
Yes. But the cool thing is, we got to have the Disney Fairy Tale Weddings engagement shoot in the park because everything was still scheduled as normal.
Yeah, which you can only do if you have a Disney wedding plan. So it literally worked out perfectly in that sense.
That's where those really cool Jungle Cruise pictures come from.
The teacups.
The teacup picture, one of our favorites. There's like Dumbo, the Mark Twain Riverboat, all of that. We had a great time with our photographer, Tiffany. who's actually our wedding photographer too. So that was a very special memory. We're supposed to get married at the Disneyland Hotel on 10/10/2020. Really cool date, but COVID kind of uprooted all of that.
And then like the parks were like the last things to open up after COVID.
And we had heard from our planner. She was transparent with us, told us that things really weren't going to be moving along for weddings or banquets. So we're like, yeah, we made an educated decision to go ahead and cancel our date with Disney with no penalty. They were amazing. No penalty, no fees, anything. We moved it to Coyote Hills Golf Course in Fullerton on the date of May 7th, 2021. And it was the most magical day. Yeah. It was still very Disney. We had most of our Disney vendors there. And it turned out even more beautiful, I feel like. It was a really, really special day. And we had a Disney honeymoon, Alani. So yes, Disney has been a reoccurring theme in our relationship for the past almost 9 years.
So I think that wraps up our Disney stories.
I think it does, so far.
Yeah, so far. So we're gonna go show some stuff. Maybe, no, we're not gonna reenact anything, but we'll show the spots where things happen.
It's like a dramatic retelling, like,
this is
hello,
yeah.
Portland?
No. Oh no.
We'll just point out the locations, not be dramatic about it.
So we're here, Plaza Inn is right behind us, the ODV cart's right here, and we believe, give or take, I don't know, maybe it's a 5-foot radius. This is where we first spoke our first words to each other.
It is. We are directly diagonal from Refreshment Corner, and Donnie saw my name tag, and that's where the magic started. Yeah,
we believe it was after our parade shift had ended. We were waiting to go backstage, and yeah, I looked over. We had a little small circle up. There wasn't too many of us working the section, and I was like, oh, Portland. I just took a trip there.
What if my name tag like didn't say Portland? What if it had said, you know, like Scranton, Pennsylvania?
Okay, well, if it said Scranton, then for sure I would have said something. But if it was any other city, I definitely wouldn't have any commented
like Ohio,
on it.
You would have been like, oh, cool, whatever.
I would have been like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. I did make Donnie a embossed keychain that has the coordinates of this spot on it for one of our past anniversaries. So kind of a fun way to commemorate this special little spot here. When the parks reopened and we walked down Main Street for the first time after a whole year of being closed, we did get a little teary-eyed right here. Also, it was a week till our wedding, so we're extra emotional. But this is a very special spot for us, and always will be, for sure.
Actually, we were walking up Main Street now. We ran into the Tim Tracker.
Yes, Tim, Jen, and Jackson and Oliver.
They're in California right now, so it was very shocking to see them.
Great timing. What a magical day. But yes, Tim and Jen were so nice. Donnie kind of makes fun of me, but like I'm a huge Tim Tracker fan, and I always have been. He kind of was the first YouTuber I think I started watching that was really Disney related. And I've met almost every other YouTuber Disney, and everyone's so nice. But Tim has been like the last one I need to meet. And Tim is my favorite. And so we're walking down Main Street when we got in today. And Donnie goes, oh, there's Tim. I thought he was kidding. He likes to joke with me like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it actually is Tim. So we got a picture together, and Tim and Jen are just so kind. So thank you guys for being wonderful and having such a positive, cool channel. We love you guys.
So since this is where we met, it's only fitting that we are called Main Street Duo.
Yes, you may remember that we were called Disney Duo Adventures. A little over a year ago, we changed our name, because we thought it was a kind of a fun name. Disney, two of us, duo, mostly Disney Adventures we were doing. But then we realized there's more opportunities for us if we don't have Disney in the name. And Main Street, like I feel like Main Street Duo is just so fun and straight to the point and concise, and it just sums us up really well. So that's why we chose Main Street Duo. And because it's also our favorite land in Disneyland. It's got our favorite food in the park.
Jolly Holiday.
Jolly Holiday. As well as Refreshment Corner for those cream cheese pretzels. And I'm always getting a treat at Candy Palace when we're here. You can confirm. I'm always getting a cake pop or something.
This is true. And this might sound cheesy, but I feel closest to Walt Disney when I'm on Main Street. They have the train station, Walt loved trains. Marceline, Missouri was his hometown, and Main Street is like pretty much a replica of that. They also have the Walt's apartment as well, and the Main Street Loop.
Yes,
the music. I love
the music is great. Those pictures you see from back in the day of Walt are often the ones of him in Town Square on Main Street with City Hall behind him. So it feels very much like he is still here with us. And this line might not have big attractions, but I feel like it makes up for that in heart and in story. So it's got that going for it. So hopefully that answers your questions about our Disney history and how our name came to be and our story so far. Yeah,
so we actually have another question here. So if you have a question for us, let us know in the comments. On our next video, we'll try to answer it.
Yes, we love questions.
It could be anything. It could be Disney, non-Disney. What's your favorite snack in the park? Anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this question comes from Persian Princess. It says, would love to hear more about your experience, which I think we covered that. And which roles do you think are the most enjoyable at the park?
So I want to answer that one. I actually have 3 answers for the different roles. One, I'll speak from experience for the first one, is candy making. I had so much fun while I was there. I look back on it so fondly. And I mean, it could have changed since I left, but back then it was, every day was a good day. Even taking out the trash was a delight because the trash smelled good. It smelled like chocolate. There was never any like gross trash or anything. But it was just a really, really fun time. I got to be creative. I had fun waving to the guests in the windows, and just a very positive all around experience. Number two, I think being in the parades would be a really fun experience too.
Yeah.
I know they're like, it's hard work, but I feel like just making that magic and like being in the music and just having a good time, I feel like that would be a really fulfilling, fun role. And third, I've always admired the train engineers and the train's cast members. I feel like it'd be a really beautiful ride around the Magic Kingdom, just seeing the views, and it'd be kind of almost like peaceful in a way. So that's something I always thought would be kind of cool too.
I would love to see you in the overalls on trains as a conductor. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it would be like a choo-choo soul up in here.
And the hat too. So I met you when you were in guest relations already. I wonder if I met you when you were a candy maker, if you would come home smelling like chocolate. That'd be great.
Probably, yeah. You'd be like asking me to bring home little samples for you probably too.
As far as what roles I think are most enjoyable in the park, if it's one that I've already done, it's going to be Big Thunder Mountain, hands down. It is my favorite attraction to work at out of all the attractions I've worked at. I love being outdoors. I love being a mountain man. I love, back in the day, we used to wear the suspenders. They need to bring those back, RIP. But it's just a good time at Thunder. Super relaxed. I don't know, the vibe's immaculate.
When you're not there, you say you miss it. Like, it's a very special place for sure.
Indy's a little more on the hectic side. You're indoors. It's very loud in there, and you just go, 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 go. So Thunder is a little more, or a lot more relaxed, I should say.
More fresh air.
Yeah. So if it is something that I haven't done, I would say if I want to keep it in the realm of attractions, I think
anything.
Okay, we'll stay attractions.
Okay.
My favorite attraction, or one that I'd want to work at, would be the canoes.
Oh.
I think that would be very fun. I don't think it'd be fun in the summer. I'm specifically talking about the other 3 seasons that we have here. Everyone's just super jacked there. Everyone has like massive arms from all the rowing that they do.
Non-stop arm workout.
Yeah, I love the costumes. Really cool. They don't have to wear socks. It seems like a good fun time. A very small like group of cast members too. It's not a very big attraction, so I feel like everyone's just really cool with each other at canoes.
Yeah.
And then if it's not an attraction, I think it would be very fun to work at the magic shop on Main Street. One, because it's on Main Street. We love Main Street. And I don't know any magic. I'd have to obviously learn it for the role. I wonder if they like teach you that during training. You get to go over magic tricks.
Naturally be gifted.
Yeah.
But because ask our friend Peter from Ordinary Adventures, because he actually is a magician who knows really great magic tricks.
Yeah. So I think the magic shop would be really fun.
I feel like the cast members I see in there have been there for a while too, so they must really enjoy what they do.
I think it'd be really fun. Like your entire shift is like just doing magic tricks. How awesome is that?
Dream job right there. Just across the street is Refreshment Corner, and this is one of the spots I showed Donnie while we were first kind of talking during our shifts together.
Yeah.
It was the red and white light bulbs I wanted to show him. They're alternating, but because it is an odd number of light bulbs, one of them is going to be double, but that wasn't good enough for Walt. So this one up here is actually split in half so that it will keep the order just perfect. And I showed Donnie that fun fact on one of our shifts to try and impress him. And I guess it worked because ladies, this is how you catch a man, is those Disney fun facts. So I'll get you.
Those memories go all the way back to 2016.
I can't believe it's been almost 9 years.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
Mind-blowing.
Well, what do we have here?
The wishes couldn't be contained and the whole top flew off.
Yeah, Snow White's wishing well here, which is, ironically, we have Flynn Rider and Rapunzel instead of Snow White.
Pretty magical,
But
though.
yeah, this place holds some significance to us, so we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, actually, this has been a really special spot to me for years now. I made a wish to get my first job as a candy maker here. It was February 13th was the date, and the next day, the 14th, I got the job that actually got the role. So I'm like, that's a pretty good turnaround time for that wish. That's amazing. So after that wish came true, I started to have a new wish. Whenever I'd walk by, I would throw a penny in and make a wish. And that wish for a couple of years was I would meet a really nice guy. And I didn't in my wish, I wasn't wishing to meet him here. It was I'd meet a nice guy. But the wishing wheel came through for me, and I met my nice guy on Main Street, like a stone's throw away from here. So wishing well, I owe you a big one.
So it came through. Maybe if you put a nickel or diamond, it would have happened sooner.
I wouldn't have to wait, what, 4 years to meet you? But hey, it all worked out. I try to make a wish every wishing well we go to now, whether it be at Magic Kingdom or Tokyo Disneyland. I'm still waiting for those wishes to come through, but they're in process, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like if you ever see us in the park, you're either going to find us on Main Street or here at the Wishing Well.
Yeah, or Adventureland. Those are kind of our favorite little hangouts for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I love the Wishing Well. My phone voicemail is actually recorded by Bill Rogers, the voice of Disneyland, and he talks about the Wishing Well in my voicemail. So it's very, very on brand for me, the Wishing Well.
Well, that wraps up this different kind of video for us.
Yeah, I had a good time going down memory lane again with you and reminiscing on the last 11 years and past 9 years with you.
Yeah, so hopefully this answered some questions you had for us, and it's just nice to have like one video, because before we kind of like pixie dusted throughout different videos our story. So now we have one video of our story.
Refer to this one. Perfect.
So that wraps up this video. Again, let us know if you have any more questions for us. We would love to answer them in a future video.
Yes.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you real soon.